Today's story is about a grandmother and her relationship with her grandson. So let's begin the story Grandma's Timeless Wisdom. Mohit pushed open the door to his grandmother's room, a mug of steaming tea in his hand. The room smelled of lavender and old books. With sunlight streaming through the lace curtains, his grandmother, or Dadi as he called her, was sitting in her favorite armchair, a shawl draped over her frail shoulders. Despite her fragile frame and the cane resting beside her, her eyes twinkled with warmth and wisdom. Ah, Mohit, you brought my tea on time today. Finally, you're learning. What can I say, Dadi? Your scoldings are finally working, it seems, replied Mohit. They both laughed and Mohit settled onto the floor near her feet. So, what's bothering you? You have that I need to talk look on your face. Mohit sighed. How do you always know? When you've lived as long as I have, you learn to read people. Now tell me what's wrong? Asked Dadi. Well, his. Dadi, my boss wants me to lead this project, and it's a big opportunity, and it's also very risky. What if I mess up? It could ruin my entire reputation at work. Said Dadi. So tell me, do you trust yourself to handle it? She asked Mohit. I think so, but I'm worried. What if I make mistakes? The stakes are too high with this project. Dadi looked at him thoughtfully and said, Mohit, mistakes are like spices in a curry. Too many can spoil the dish, but the right amount makes it flavorful. You will learn from your mistakes than from playing it safe. Besides, do you want to look back and regret not even trying? Mohit looked at his grandmother and blinked. His grandmother's analogies always managed to put things in perspective. Well, when you put it that way, it doesn't seem so scary anymore. I think I'll take the project, Dadi. Good. Now pour me some tea. Talking makes me very thirsty, said Dadi smiling. A week later, Mohit stormed into Dadi's room looking defeated. Dadi, my best friend Rohan is being absolutely impossible. I told him about my project and guess what he said? Instead of encouraging me, he said I might be biting off more than I can chew. I just don't believe him. And how did you respond, Mohit? Asked Dadi. Well, obviously I snapped at him. I told him he doesn't know what he's talking about. Dadi started laughing. Oh, Mohit, you're just like a pressure cooker, always ready to blow. Did you ask him why he said that? No, I was too angry to even listen. Listening. Mohit, listening is more important than speaking. Rohan might have been worried for you and not doubting you. Sometimes people's words reflect their care, not their criticism. Listening to this, Mohit rubbed the back of his neck, guilt creeping in. I think you might be right, Dadi. I'll talk to him tomorrow. And thank you for always being the voice of reason with me. Well, that's what grandmothers are for. And they both started laughing. As the project deadline approached, Mohit became increasingly anxious. One evening, he slumped into Dadi's room, his shoulders heavy with doubt. Dadi, what if I fail? Everyone's counting on me and I don't know if I can deliver. Come here, Mohit. She asked Mohit to come and sit next to him. Let me tell you a story. When I was your age, I wanted to start a small sewing business. People told me I was too old fashioned and couldn't compete with the new shops opening up. But I believed in myself and I worked very hard. Soon, my work started speaking for itself and I had more customers than I could handle. What? Asked Mohit, looking absolutely shocked. I didn't know you started a business, Dadi. Dadi smiled. I did. And it taught me that belief in yourself is the most important ingredient for success. Remember, even the biggest storms pass and the sun always shines. Her words were like a soothing balm, and Mohit felt his confidence return. Finally, the day of the presentation arrived, and Mohit had nailed it. His boss praised him for his innovative ideas and clear communication. That evening, he came rushing into Dadi's room to share the news. Dadi, my project went amazing. My boss said I've set a new standard for our team. Dadi started clapping. I am so proud of you, Mohit. I knew you could do it. Well, Dadi, I couldn't have done it without you. Your advice always feels like magic. Dadi smiled. Not magic, just love and experience. Now, will you get me some sweets to celebrate? Or you're just gonna stand here? Mohit smiled and went to get sweets for Dadi. One Sunday afternoon, Mohit was complaining about social media to Dadi. Dadi, there people are so fake online. They only show the good parts of their life and it's exhausting trying to keep up. Well, it's like wearing makeup, replied Dadi. Mohit looked at her in a puzzled expression. A little makeup enhances the beauty, but too much can hide the real face. Social media is a tool, not a mirror. Use it wisely and don't let it dictate your worth. Mohit felt absolutely stunned. His grandmother, who could barely use a smartphone, had just summarized the pitfalls of social media better than anyone he knew. Dadi, how do you manage to get everything so right every time? Dadi started smiling. Well, because wisdom doesn't need Wi-Fi. And they both burst into laughter. One evening, as Mohit was helping Dadi settle into bed, he paused. Dadi, I don't say this enough, but you mean the world to me. You've taught me so much, not just about life, but about being a better person. This made Dadi tear up. And you've given me purpose, Mohit. You keep me young with your stories and your worries. So thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Mohit hugged her gently, feeling an overwhelming sense of gratitude. As time passed, Mohit continued to lean on Dadi for advice, whether it was about work, relationship, or navigating life's challenges. Her wisdom never failed him. Her words stayed with him long after their conversations ended, shaping him into a more thoughtful, confident, and kind-hearted person. Even as her health declined, Dadi's spirit remained unshakable, and Mohit knew that her love and guidance would always be a part of him, no matter where life took him. I hope you enjoyed today's story and got some lessons from Dadi's endless well of wisdom. If you like this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.